back to Jen's Addiction. I'm so glad you came back to see me today on what is kind of a fun and different episode that I thought I would share. I'm kind of shooting this today in my art room, so it's a little bit different, but that's because I have been having a ton of fun playing with something that is a little artistically nostalgic for me, and that is my Mighty Men and Monster Maker kit. Maybe some of you guys had this. This was put out in 1978 by the Tomy Corporation. Another reason that I wanted to showcase this wasn't just because of how cool I think it is, which I think it's super cool, but it also, the art and the plates for this were created by legendary artist and comic artist Dave Stevens. And I've shown this particular cover before. This is some of his artwork. He's really known for, like, The Rocketeer would be a perfect example of his work. He's always done beautiful images of Betty Page. Just amazing, amazing things, one right after the other. I can't think of anything of Dave Stevens that I have not loved. And so it's really kind of crazy to think that this particular toy that I got when I was 8 years old was created by Dave Stevens, that the art was created by Dave Stevens. So this is kind of the box that it comes in. It is so fun. Some of you guys may have had one of these. I hope so. Another popular version of this for girls was called fashion plates. So it was the same sort of setup for girls, but it was more of a, like model fashion kind of thing. So, so here is the little kit that we all came in. There are 18 different plates total. And so you get all of these, like there's, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that one? I don't know. So these are all the little heads, and there's heads on the front, heads on the back. There is also, body parts, of course. So maybe you can see those a little bit better. I can't tell if you can see them. I hope you can see them. But what's cool about these front and backs, that's like your torso, but there's also patterns on the backs of some of these. You can make scales, you could make like hair, you could make all these monstery skin variations, and of course the bottoms were your legs, and that's a scale. It's fur, like gorilla legs, space, lizard men. So there's all kinds of different things. It came with 6 colored pencils, and then you basically would just kind of build a monster. That seems to be my theme on this channel, is just building monsters. So you would lift up this little piece. You would pop in the head that you want. You would pop in, the body that you want. And then, of course, you popped in the legs that you wanted in there. Put your paper in between, put that down, and then you would have like that monster. And then you had this hard kind of black, almost like a crayon, that you would draw over the top, and then it would make the outline for you. And it's just so cool. I just love these so much. So there's some of the pictures on the back of like the different combinations that you could do. I'm going to do a couple and kind of go through the process. And I videotaped myself over at my art table, kind of putting them all together. So I thought it would be just sort of fun to jump over there and take a quick look and see how these are all made. All right, so hopefully you guys got to see all of that. Maybe you could see the heads and the torsos and things a little bit better on these. It was so much fun. I used printer paper to make mine. So this was sort of like the little alien dude. I tried to use watercolors on him and watercolor pencils. And I went back in with a really fine ink pen to try to like bring out some of the detail on his skin. But there he is. The thing about these that always bugged me is, see those lines? I'm sure if some of you played with these too, you would get that weird, you would get the lines for the creature, but you also got the lines for the plates themselves. You can see it kind of bled through, and I was starting to pop holes through the paper. So trying to use watercolors on printer paper, not my finest hour, but I wanted to try. Because watercolor paper just you can't get the transfer right on that. And then this was the last one I did. And then that one I just used markers and then went back through with India ink to kind of try to bring out some shadows and do my poor attempt at being an inker. I don't think anybody will hire me anytime soon, but that was just they're just so fun. I love them. And this one, you really can kind of tell in that face. It has that real Dave Stevens sort of look to it. So it's crazy to think that as a little kid, when I wanted to learn to paint and draw and do all that stuff, that I was getting inspired by these Mighty Men and Monster Maker plates. And little did I know that Dave Stevens was the artist that contributed all this amazing, amazing artwork to all of this stuff. It's just absolutely the coolest. I love at the top too, like the monsters kind of walking you through the process on the box, and you create scary monsters and super guys, and it's a kit that'll give you the creeps. It says hundreds, thousands, even millions of outrageous combinations. Do you think there's millions? I don't know. I do know that I used to take my monster heads and put them on my fashion plates, and then I used to take the monster scales and fur and then use them on my fashion plates. So that was kind of my thing. But I don't know, you guys. It's so fun. It's another thing about monsters, that I collect, that I love. And to think, once again, you can have a little bit of a monster collection and a comic collection, and it can all kind of correlate together. Really, when you find something that you love, I think you will find a common thread that goes through all of it. So I looked for some more Dave Stevens comic art to show. I know I've got some somewhere. I just wasn't able to pull it out. It must be boxed up. But I will probably insert a few additional photos so you guys can see. If you haven't checked out The Rocketeer, I would definitely recommend giving it a look. I think it is just an absolute classic. And again, the artwork is beautiful from the cover all the way through to the end of the book. You cannot go wrong. So, and look, he's got that. I thought that was kind of cool because it reminded me so much of that sort of headpiece type kind of look there. So I don't know. I just thought that was really fun. I've been having a good time just sort of playing. My husband and I have been kind of making pictures for each other. So this will be one that he will get later. But yeah, it's just a little bit of fun. If you ever see these at yard sales, or if you have one, pull it out. If any of you had fashion plates or the Mighty Men and Monster Maker kits, I would love to know below. Please put your comments below and let me know what kind of crazy things you did with yours, or monsters that you used to make. And maybe it inspired you to pursue a career in illustration or art or monster creation. But it definitely always inspired me. And I cannot think of a better way to spend, it's kind of a cloudy afternoon. So until next time, I hope you guys will all come back and see me and be creating some monsters of your own in your spare time. See ya.